and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable N. Majunyan, sorry, maybe not good in pronunciation on that. Acting Permanent Secretary, Engineer Gondo, Deputy Minister of Local Government and Public Works, Honorable Maunga, National Secretary for Industry and Commerce, represented by Mrs. N.L. Mugate, John P.F. Brigadier General and his team, Commissioner General Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, represented by Mr. E. Mutandira, Confederation of Zimbabwe Industries, Mr. B. Dube, Captain of Industries and Commerce, Member of Media Faculty, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reading my minister's speech. Unfortunately, he's not with us today. He is committed to the other task. As the Minister of Industry and Commerce, I could not be happier that this national dialogue has come to fruition, and I am here alongside all the stakeholders here present to put our hands together to deal with this elephant in the room. It is an honor and privilege to officiate at this high-level national dialogue on combating counterfeit products in Zimbabwe. I would like to start by appreciating the National Economic Consultative Forum, NECF, for organizing this very important event running under the theme Combating Counterfeit Products in Zimbabwe and Fostering Economic Growth. The dialogue brings together stakeholders from both the private and public sector to discuss strategies for combating counterfeit products, which are not only a threat to the growth and development of our economy, but also pose serious threats to the health and well-being of our consumers and the citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, the dialogue has come at the appropriate time when government, through the task force on business malpractice established by the Cabinet in 2024, is using a whole of government system approach to address challenges posed by the proliferation of smuggled, counterfeit, underweight and substandard products in the marketplace. We are all agree that if left unchecked, this means it's poised to cause some irreparable damage to our industry and economy at large. What this means is there cannot be business as usual, as all of us are now called upon to think outside the box and deal a fatal blow to counterfeit. I am therefore happy that the NECF has arranged for this national dialogues, which really should come up with a call to action list rather than just being a talk show. Government has noted with concern of the counterfeit products in the marketplace. Some of these products are locally manufactured in backyard industries and others are repacked, fake imitation of goods produced by the local industries. Other counterfeits are also smuggled from neighboring countries. At the end of the day, our local industry suffers huge market losses as consumers only look at the cheap price that the informal traders are able to charge, as they do not pay any taxes to the government. Repackaged products are often packaged using the wrong packaging, and some are not labeled at all, thereby deceiving the short-changing vulnerable consumers. The products are often sold on the informal market, that the unregistered shops and informal truck shops. Some most commonly counterfeit products include luxury goods, foodstuff, beverages, electronics, and pharmaceutical, to name but just a few. Ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate, the consumers are being exposed to unfair business practice that threaten their health and safety. Furthermore, counterfeit smuggled products are not subject to taxation, import duties, and regulatory costs, which give them an unfair price advantage, thereby creating an uneven playing field for the local manufacturers, and thus shifting the growth of the local industry and the economy at large, and posing a serious threat to job and livelihoods. Distinguished guests, noteworthy is the fact that the counterfeit products often cross national border through smuggling, making the issue a regional challenge. There is a therefore need for harmonized policies, information sharing, and synchronized enforcement practice at the regional level through regional bodies such as SADC and the COMESA. Competition Commission, a fragmented approach, invariably less effective in curbing counterfeit trade across borders. Distinguished guests, to address these aforementioned challenges, the Task Force on Business Malpractice that my ministry was mandated by Cabinet to chair has been rolled out compliance, inspection, and enforcement checks throughout the country's 10 provinces. The primary objective of the compliance inspection is to ensure that businesses operate in accordance with the established laws, regulations, and the industry standards, thereby safeguarding consumers' welfare and maintaining a level playing field for all stakeholders. To date, over 1,400 businesses have been inspected for the compliances, with non-compliant businesses receiving the guidance on the remedial action, and some facing prosecution and penalties for the non-compliance. Over 2,000 product units have been seized and confiscated for the non-compliance with the various pieces of the legislation under the task force mandate. Consumer complaint hotlines have also been set up in all the country's 10 provinces. To receive a consumer complaints, efforts are currently underway to make them toll-free so that the consumer does not have to bear the cost. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a key to note that combating counterfeit requires a collective effort. We need the support and cooperation to all stakeholders, including the business sectors and the general public. The dialogues should lay the groundwork for the enhanced collaboration and correctly informed policy formulation to tackle the growing to counterfeiting. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to applaud the private sector for the concentrated effort in collaborating with the government on the fight against the scourge. I am extremely grateful to our business community who have partnered with us on the fight against counterfeit and smuggled goods through the capacity the various enforcement agents so they can be able to undertake their surveillance and enforcement activities such as the nationwide blitz we have all witnessed lately. The task before us is so huge that without such a stakeholders' collaboration, it would be very difficult for government to make a much needed, meaningful impact. I therefore would like to make call for the private sector to continue in the same spirit as we join hands in this fight against counterfeit and substandard products. We are in this together to ensure that we create a safe and a secure business environment for the survival for formal sector and the promotion of economic growth, as well as the safeguard of job and livelihood. Distinguished guests, as I conclude, I would like to implore business to prioritize the production and trading of quality goods that adhere to set standard and uphold ethical business practice. Similarly, I would also like to say to the vulnerable consumers, please do not be fooled and misled by the incredible low prices of the products you find in the informal market. They come with all manner and form of latent shortcomings and challenges that you will only be able to discover when it's too late for you to be assisted and pulled out of the pit you will have dug for yourself. As the old age says, all that glittering is not gold. Think first before you make a purchasing move. With these remarks, I wish you all fruitful deliberation at the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. I look forward to the outcome from the national dialogues to accordingly inform the government on the necessary intervention measures to adequately address the issue to counterfeits. Thank you.